Hello everyone. Today we'll be discussing about the classes and objects solution for the Hacker Earth Python assessment held on May 11th. The first question was object comparison. So Tina works in a consultancy and she was currently associated with the task where she had to remove the duplicate users from the list by comparing the phone numbers of the users. She thought writing code as per the requirement would make her work easier. She asked one of her friends to write code for her. So imagine that you are Tina's friend and help her by writing the code as it is required. So we have to write a Python code to check duplicate user details, and there can be only one user with a specific mobile number. If two users exist with the same mobile number, then they are duplicate. So we have to check whether the information is the same or not by overriding the equals method. We have to create a user class with the following attributes: name, username, password and mobile number. Note that the mobile number is of type integer. We have to initialize the attributes using the constructor. So in Python, the constructor is denoted by the init method. We have to create an object of this class using the constructor, and we have to override the equals method that compares the mobile number of the two objects. So inside equals method, we have to compare the mobile numbers of two user objects. The input format, the first line of the input denotes the number of test cases. So for each test case there will be 8 lines. The first 4 lines will be the attributes of user 1 and the next 4 lines will be the attributes of user 2. And the output you have to print equal if both the inputs are same, otherwise we have to print not equal. An important instruction, we have to code this using classes and object concepts. So we have to use classes and objects compulsorily for coding this solution. Now let us take a look at the solution for this problem. So I've already opened the IDE. I'll be using Eclipse with PyDev for all the solutions. So I've already opened an exercise.py file. So here let us code in the solution. So first we have to create a class called user, and the user class has 4 attributes and we have to initialize them. So to initialize them we have to use the constructor. So in Python the constructor is also called as initializer, and I believe that everyone knows about the self. So self, it is used as a reference for a current object or instance. So the attributes are name, username, then password and the mobile number. Now we have to initialize them. So self dot name, so self dot name, it represents the attributes of a class. So self dot username is equal to the username on the parameter. Self dot password, the password. Self dot mobile number is equal to mobile number. So while coding you have to make sure that you follow the naming conventions given in the question. So in the question, if each and every word that is mentioned with the specific case, that should be followed in your solution. So I believe that I have followed the correct coding convention. Now we have initialized the attributes of user class. The next thing we have to do is we have to override the equals method to compare the mobile numbers. So in order to do that we have to define the equals method, and this equals method, as you know, we have to compare two objects. So to compare two objects, this equals method will have another parameter called the another instance of the same user class. So for that I'm going to name it as another user, so that way we won't get confused. Now self denotes the current user and another user denotes the another object that we will be passing it. The only thing left out is now we have to check the mobile numbers of both the users. To check the mobile number of the current user, I'll be using self. So self dot mobile number equals self dot instead of self we have to use another user. So another user dot mobile number. So if both the mobile numbers of the current user and the another user are same, then we have to return equal, else we have to return not equal. So let us make sure the cases are correct. Yes, so here we have to print equal with E in uppercase. Similarly, we have to print not equal with N and E in uppercase. Right, so I have given it correctly. The next thing is we have to read the input also. So while reading the input in the question, it is clearly given that the first line of the input will have the number of test cases. So we have to declare a test case object that will hold the value of the variable. So int input of. So input of, it will read the input, and int of will convert the input into an integer. Since the number of test cases is an integer, I have to use int of. Now I have the number of test cases. Next, for each test case you have to read 8 lines, and the first 4 lines will be for user 1 and the next 4 lines will be for user 2. Right, so now we have to read the user. So for this I'm going to use a for loop. So for I in range. So this range is a built-in function that is available in Python. So for I in range of test case. So if the test case is 5, then the range will be from 0 to 4. So for I in range of test case, so this is the test case. So for each test case we have 8 lines, and first 4 lines is for user 1. So let me create user 1, and that will be an object of user class. So to create an object of user class, you need 4 attributes, right? We have name, username, password, and mobile number. So here we have to read them. So input of, this will read the name. Input of, this will read the username. This will read the password, and this will read the mobile number. Note that in the question it is given the mobile number as integer, so we have to read it as an integer. So to read as an integer, you have to again use the int function that is available in Python. So this is the first user. Similarly, you have to create the second user, which is user 2. So user 2 is also an instance of the same user class. So again it will read the 4 values. So the first 4 values are for the user 1 and the next 4 values are for the user 2. So as given in the test case, we have as given in the input format, we have read the input. Now we have to compare the 2 objects. To compare the 2 objects, we have already overridden the equals method. So in Python, these methods that are invoked that are beginning with double equal to are called as special methods or magic methods. So it means that there is no need to explicitly call these methods. For example, we have to compare the 2 users. So for that, we can just invoke user 1 equal to user 2. So when I use this double equal to, this will automatically call this overridden equals method. So this will call the equals method, and user 1 will be self and another user will be user 2. Now there is a return value, so I'm going to put this code inside print statement, and that's it. So now this user 1 will be compared to user 2 and the mobile numbers will be compared. If they are equal, then it will be returning it as equal, and if it is not equal, then it will be returning it as not equal. Now let us check whether our program works correctly or not. For that, I'm going to take the input for the input that is given in the hacker rank. So the first question was object comparison. So this was the sample input. So I'm going to copy the sample input. Now I'm going to run this program. Yes, so this is the output: equal, equal, and not equal. So this is the first line. Here it is 3, which means we have 3 test cases, and for each test case there will be 8 lines. So this is the 8 lines. So this is for user 1. So user 1 details, this is user 2 details, and this is the phone number. So if both the phone numbers are same, that means they are duplicate, hence it is printing equal. This is the second user, second test case. So here again the phone numbers are the same, that is why I'm getting equal. And this is the last test case. So in the last test case the phone number is different, so here it is 54 and here it is 53, hence they are not equal. So I believe you have understood the solution for the first question, which is object comparison. So note that this double equal to will automatically invoke this overridden method. If you want, you can directly invoke this method like user1 dot equals of user2, but this is the right way to do it. Now let us check back the second question. So the second question was about object checking. So this is easier when compared to the first question. So Karna is currently working in a mall. He loves organizing events to his customers, and once in a month he organizes funny events for them. This time he put up a banner for his funny event saying Born Lucky. The event was to ask the name and the birthday month of a customer, and if his or her birthday month is an even number, then he would be offered with a birthday bash, else there will be no birthday bash for them. But Karna is finding it difficult since he has manually do it, so he asked his friend John to write code. John helps him in writing code as required. So let us join with John and Karna to make his customers happy. So basically what you have to do in this question is that you have to read the customer name and the date of birth from the user, and if the month in the date of birth is an even number, then you should print yes, otherwise you have to print no. And you have to create a class called event with 2 members. One is name and the other is date of birth, and make a note of the double underscore in the name and date of birth. So double underscore name means it is a private member in Python. So date of birth and name both are private members. And you have to include appropriate properties. You have to include a 2-argument constructor with parameters in the following order. So we have to include a constructor or an initializer method to initialize name and date of birth. Then we have to use another method called check date. So check date method, it will return if the month of month in the date of birth is even or not. Now let us check the input format. So the input format is, the first line contains, as usual, it is the number of test cases, and input consists of two strings including the name of the customer in line 1 and the date of birth of the customer in line 2. The output format is yes if it is even, if the month in the date of birth is even, otherwise a no. Make sure that the Y in yes is in uppercase, similarly the no, the N in no is uppercase. And again, instructions, you have to implement this code using classes and object concepts. I believe you have understood the question. Now let us check the solution for this question. So I have created another Python file, exercise 2, and here we'll be creating our class. So class event, so that was the name of the class that was given in the question, and it has two members. So we have to initialize the members. So the first member was the name and the next member was date of birth, and the class attribute is double underscore name. So the name given in the parameters is a dummy variable. You can give it as any name, but as per the naming convention it is safe to give the same name as that of the attributes of a class. That way you won't get confused. So similarly, self dot double underscore dob equal to dob. So double underscore means it is a private member in Python. Right, now we have initialized the constructor. Next thing is we have to create a date object. So we have to create a method called check date. So check date, note that every method that belongs to the instance will always have a self parameter. Now we have to check the date of birth. So we have to extract the month from the date of birth. So in the question, the data type of date of birth was a string. So if it is a string, then you have to think about what string method can be used to extract the month. And as per the question, in the as per the sample input, the date was given in this format. It was date, month, followed by the year, and the date separator used was a forward slash. So since you know the format of the date, you can easily use a string function called split to split the string with a given delimiter. Here our delimiter will be the forward slash, and it will return, the strip function will always return a list of values. So hence I need a list to store it. So my list is equal to self dot date of birth dot, since it is a string I can directly invoke the string function. So date dot split, and inside the parameters you have to pass the delimiter. So here our delimiter is forward slash, and this my list will contain the given date, which will be split into 3 items. So basically your output will be like, so here I'm going to show the values that will be in the list. It will be like 12, a comma, then there will be 10, then there will be year. So basically it will split all the values and it will be stored in a list. So this will be my list. So we have to access the 10, which is the month, and since it is a list, it supports indexing, so I can directly access the value 10 by using index. So if I give my list of 1, list index starts with 0, so in the 0th index it will be 12, in first index it will be 10. So my list of 1 will return 10. So what was the question about? It was to check whether the month of the date of birth is even or not. So to check it, I have to use the condition. So check whether it is even or not, I have to use a modulo 2. If modulo 2 is equal to 0, then it is, you have to return yes, else you have to return a no. But since you have to note down that since the date of birth was a string, if you apply a split function, all the values will also be stored as a string. So hence I cannot directly do this modulo operation. So I have to convert this string into an integer. So for that, again I'll be using that int built-in function. So int of mylist_1 will convert this string value 10 into an integer value 10. Now the check date function is done. Now let us come out of the class, and now we have to create the same test case. So test case is equal to int of input of, so for I in range of test case, for I in range of test cases, so let us make it as test cases, for I in range of test cases. So here for each test case there will be two lines. So one will be the name of the event name, and the other will be the date of birth of the customer. So customer is equal to, our class name is event, so I'm going to create an instance of event class, and the first value will be the name and the second value will be the date of birth, and both are strings, so I can just use input of and that will do. Now once reading the input of, I have created an object for the customer, and now I have to invoke the check date method. So customer dot check date, and since this customer dot check date returns a value, I'm going to put it inside print method. That's it. So this is the solution for the second question. Let us test our question with the sample input. So I'm going to run as Python. So this is my console. Now it is prompting for the number of test cases. So let us give two sample test cases, and the first line of the test case will be the name Ram, and I'm going to give the date of birth. Yes. So here if you take a look at this, the month is even, hence it is returning yes. Now the second test case, I'm going to give say Kishore, and the date of birth is say 12/7/1999. Now it is printing a no because 7 is an odd number. So our program works perfectly. So I believe we have understood the solution for both the questions that was asked in the Hacker Earth yesterday. So make sure that you follow the coding standards and the naming conventions given in the questions hereafter. So thank you for joining the discussion.